Sheriff's deputies apparently decided it would be a good idea to not only stop, but use a drug-sniffing dog to search a bus full of black college lacrosse players during what apparently started as an incredibly minor traffic stop in Georgia. They seem to be trying to intimidate someone on the bus, the driver or the players, to admit to some sort of drug possession. And anyway, we now have a little bit more information about this because body cam footage has been released for this. Let's move on to a little bit of that video.
How do we go from being in the room to doing drug bags and
All right, well, he stopped for a traffic, well, didn't stop y'all for a traffic violation. He stopped the driver for a traffic violation, okay? While he's conducting his business, I can bring my dog out for free air. That's what I've done. Dog alert on the vehicle for odor, narcotics emitting from it. That's where we're at.
Ladies, we don't single anybody out. And I'll explain, this is our job, this is what we do, okay? Every day we get out here, we stop commercial vehicles, okay? Believe it or not, the majority of the drugs and large amounts of money, trafficking children, trafficking anything up and down these interstates, that's what we look for, okay? And today we're not saying that you guys, that it's even happening here, but however, this is how we start an investigation, okay? Most of the time it turns out to be nothing. But there are times where we end up finding some children that are missing from their family. We find large amounts of money that nobody knows anything about, okay? But large amounts of cocaine, marijuana, heroin, methamphetamines, anything like that, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to stop that, all right? I will tell you guys, the reason why I'm coming on the bus right now is to tell y'all, look, we're gonna check y'all's luggage, okay? If there is anything in y'all's luggage, we're probably gonna find it.
So they apparently have taken it upon themselves to pull over this bus, and then when they realize who it is, they think, no, we're gonna double down. We're gonna try to intimidate them with all this BS about how they apparently think it's plausible that these college lacrosse players might be hiding kids or large quantities of cash or maybe heroin. And you better, if you have anything, you better tell us. Clearly hoping to get them to offer it up in an incident that never should have happened, Brett. I'd like to apologize to the audience for not making this person my garbage person of the week because they definitely worked hard to earn that recognition.
Yeah, it is really dumb. So here's the thing. He admits at the very beginning that he did not pull them over because there was some suspicion that this group might have some kind of illicit substance or human trafficking victims on board. He admits it was just a regular traffic stop. He's the one that's coming up with all these reasons to search. I don't see any reasonable search and seizure. By his definition, from a legal perspective, any vehicle would be subject to search. That's not the case. That's not the case. It's not the border. It is, you're driving around in Georgia. So in order for him to come to the conclusion that there is a reason to suspect that these folks might have it, it needs to be something that he saw. And as we can see, because we're looking at his perspective, he sees two black teens. So it seems like he's making some conclusions. Now, maybe it's because it was lacrosse, and we know that lacrosse is Algonquin for cocaine. Like, we know that every lacrosse player has a massive coke habit when they're not doing shots of vodka out of the shaft of their lacrosse stick. We know that. But there is no reason for this guy to suspect that these women, these young women, have cocaine or methamphetamine or illicit substances. He's just flexing on everyone. And there is a reverse video from one of the students showing the looks on these guys' faces, the smugness of these good old boys, the goodest, oldest boys. And that's what we see in the video. And that's what's happening. And to deny it does not pass the smell test.
Yeah, 100%. That's what it feels like. It feels like an opportunity to go on a power trip, or as court jester is saying, is his quota's coming up. I don't know, maybe. But this, like, imagine having to go through this. Like, you're just trying to go play lacrosse or whatever. And I want to give you an update from the president of the university. Says that this Tony Allen says he was incensed To be clear, nothing illegal was discovered in the search, and all of our coaches and student athletes comported themselves with dignity throughout a trying and humiliating process. And it would be. Just having to have this interaction is scary enough. Thinking about how often these things turn violent, I'd be terrified that one of these cops is gonna do something that we see on video all the time. Anyway, sophomore who is there says the officers conducted an unlawful search because there was no probable cause. Majority of the team members had never experienced an encounter with the police, making this a traumatic incident for them. One of the coaches says, when I saw the police come on the bus and then accuse them of having narcotics, I was reminded that living as black women in America, you are scrutinized when just trying to live. Totally needless. Again, like I get why people come out of watching these sorts of things wondering how this can be reformed, when so much of it clearly isn't about training. It's about psychology. It's about who self-selects, or at least a portion of who self-selects into this field. It's just every day it's a reminder of how difficult it's going to be to get our justice system into the position it needs to be, Brett.
Yeah, it is. It's just so transparent. The more of that video you watch, you're just waiting for maybe something happened. No, it is just, I am this guy. This is my job, and I'm gonna make your life miserable right now.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.